Awesome. So welcome to tonight's call. It's great to have so many of you on here. Great to see you all. I know we have lots of amazing calls happening, especially over the next, well, probably over the next few months. I think we're going to see a lot of amazing calls happening. I see that there's a lot of incredible energy building inside of Luma Vitae. There's a lot of excitement happening within Luma Vitae. If you are completely brand new to this space, I will let you know that our discovery calls are really a high-level overview of what Luma Vitae is, our products, our vision, our mission, our company. Just really, I guess, a tappers of everything that we are, if you like, a sampling of everything that we are. If there's anything that you want to dig deeper into, you can go back to whoever brought you into this or whoever introduced you into this space, whether you're on the replay or whether you're here with us right here, right now. I can see some new faces, and I can obviously see some, well, you're not old faces because you all have molecular hydrogen, but some beautiful founding member faces, shall we say, here with us as well. I might tap on some of you if you would like to maybe share your testimonial as we get through there. I think one of the most powerful ways for people to really understand what we do at Luma Vitae is to actually talk about what it is that people benefit from. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, we're going to dive in and let's go. Let's go. Oops, hang on. I haven't even set up my presentation yet. Awkward. If you would like to share your testimonial, just maybe pop it in the chat so I know that you'd like to do that. Okay, here we go. Right. Now you can see the full screen. Great. I'm still getting used to having so many screens. I'm not really that tech whizzy. Anyway, so welcome to Luma Vitae, where we really are here to bring more light to the world. You'll see that so many of our products that I'm going to introduce you through to tonight is really about creating light-backed wellness. And through sharing what it is that we do here through, I guess, our passion and our collective desire to make an impact in the world, or just to make an impact in people, we really are here to also create light-backed wealth or light-backed economy. I really actually believe that wellness isn't just the absence of disease, but it is the presence of light in every cell within our body. And so as we all gather here, this is really a gathering of a global grid of leaders that are really called to light themselves up. And then when they do that, I know that they're going to help us all collectively light up this planet with wealth and wellness and wisdom and all the good things. So who is it that we're calling into this space? So a sample, if you like, of some of our community, some of the people that I know are in here. If you're brand new to this space, maybe you resonate with one or many of the people that we call into our community. So we're really looking for those that are high-vibed, purpose-led change makers who really believe in abundance, wellness, and the power of community, especially when we have incredible collective success, knowing that that's best when it's shared. Or freedom seekers and lifestyle designers, those people that have that little inkling inside of them that there is more to just going to 9 to 5 and paying bills and waiting for the weekend. I don't know if anyone else has ever felt that, where you've had that kind of like, there's got to be more to life than this. Actually, that was actually me in the very, very early stages of my journey. I was really just had this kind of feeling like there's got to be more to life than this. This has to be more than it, being on this kind of hamster wheel. And so I got really passionate about finding another way. Or perhaps you are a visionary leader and disruptor who doesn't just follow trends, but really creates them. You see them, you're here to really help shift some of the world. Perhaps you are a success and impact-driven entrepreneur, someone who's here to build wealth with purpose, to transform lives, and to leave a legacy that matters, to leave more light on the planet. Or, like I know we have many, many of them inside of our incredible community. Oh, get to the slide. Our passionate healers, here to really leverage your gifts, turning your purpose into a ripple effect of action to transform humanity. And I know we have lots and lots of healers in our community. Or perhaps you're a trailblazing entrepreneur or marketer, someone that's been in this space. You know that wellness is really rapidly expanding. I mean, we're seeing now a big shift because of our rapidly aging population, because of our access to information, because of things like social media, that we're seeing people understand that there are alternatives in the world to just the people that are in white coats. Not that that's bad. We will have those in white coats too, but we know that there is, this whole entire boom that is happening. In fact, wellness is set to be a $9 trillion industry. So it's a fantastic industry to be in. Or maybe you're a mother or a papa, or just a family-focused entrepreneur who dreams of a healthier world where your children view wellness as not a luxury, but just a simple way of life. For many, it's kind of returning back to many of the ancient ways, right? Turning back to sunlight and good water and breath and all those things that actually make us human. If this speaks to you, then you're exactly where you need to be, because you will find inside of this community many of those or more that are very like-minded in that space. People that really genuinely care about creating something special on the planet, people that care about other people that care about creating something for themselves that they know is going to create a beautiful ripple effect around the world. So if that is you, then you're exactly where you need to be. Because just as I said in the very beginning there, I really believe that as we help you to light up your world, you're going to help us all in this collective mission to light up the world. So that's a little bit about who it is that we're bringing into our community. And for those of you that have not met me yet, it's great to see some beautiful new faces. My name is Taryn Lee. I am the CEO and founder of Lumi. I have been on such a mission to find unique ways, I guess, to really create freedom. I'm so passionate about knowing that we have a new earth coming. I'm so passionate about freedom. I'm so passionate about creating light in the world. Through our bodies and through our ability to create change in the world. And that sent me on this amazing journey, right? This incredible journey of finding new ways. And I was very fortunate that somehow God or the universe, whomever it is that you maybe believe in, really blessed me with a lot of abundance and a lot of success that I've had over the course of that time. And I guess here's the thing, right? Is as we move into a totally new space in the world, which I know is happening very, very quickly, I really do think that the greatest asset that we will have as you watch, AI take over jobs, as you watch AI take over professions, as you watch the world rapidly change, which it will over the next 3 to 5 years, I think that our most valuable asset is going to be our authentic light. It's going to be who we truly are and what we are truly here to do in the world. And that might seem really big, but here's the thing that I know, because it is something that I have lived, that it is simply a decision. It is simply a decision to say, you know what, I'm making a stand for my life. I'm making a stand for the lives of those around me. And I choose to be part of this incredible human experience that I'm having, and I choose to create something magical with it. I know this because, like I said, I've experienced this myself. It was, in fact, through the power of a decision of taking radical responsibility for myself and for my future and for what I believed that I am here on the planet to do, that I made a very powerful decision. And I'm giving you an example of the power of that decision and what can happen when you just make that decision to truly align yourself with creating something really magical in the world. I'll take you back to January 2020, when I was probably sitting in seats much similar to you are sitting in them right now. In fact, I was maybe sitting in even worse seats than you're sitting in right now. I'd just been through a very terrible breakup, of which had left me basically financially crippled. I did something that you should never do as a woman, and handed over my finances to somebody else, which is a lesson learnt. But I found myself in 2020 being almost in a position I could never have dreamed that I would have been at 40 years of age. Someone that had actually already built successful businesses, and I couldn't believe this is where I was. Either way, I found myself in seats just like you are, in seats sitting there with an opportunity that was presented to me, and an opportunity that, as it was presented to me, there was a stirring that happened inside of my body, a stirring that led to this kind of curiosity. And so I realized what it was. I realized how big it is. I realized how big wellness is. I realized the market that was potentially there. And as I had all those realizations, I thought the only thing between me and greatness is my belief in myself and my ability to just radically decide that I'm going to change my world. And so I did that. And in a really, really short time, in a matter of 9 months, I went from basically almost bankruptcy to earning $100,000 a month within 9 months. I generated in that 3 years over $70 million worth of revenue. I created a company of over 50,000 freedom-loving entrepreneurs. I know that it is only one decision, and I know you are only one decision away from a completely different life, because that is my lived experience, and that is why I share it. It is not to impress you or to impress, but it is to impress upon you what is possible. As I said, January 2020, I rocked up to Bali with just a suitcase, and I left that island owning land, having assets, actually completely changing the trajectory of my life. But you know, that vision that I had was far more than just how I could change my life, because this is an interesting thing that happens. As you build wealth and as you start to have these wonderful things in your world, it's wonderful to have them. But actually, you start to realize that the true wealth is when you actually get to share them. The true wealth is actually when you get to bless other people in the world. And actually, you know, once you get to a certain level of your own level of comfortableness within your own assets and things, you then start to think, what else am I going to do on the planet? Well, this was certainly what I felt. And it was from that I realized I needed to create something, a company that really was supporting people's light within their body, that really was supporting people's light within their wealth. And so I took everything that I had created and I invested literally all of it into creating Lumi. That decision in itself has now had a beautiful ripple effect in our company. We have created something really beautiful, and we are on the trajectory to create something even more beautiful and even more powerful. As I sit here today, only 12, well, just over now, I guess 12 months in our business, we know our company is now valued at over $50 million. I could say that was a pretty good investment, right? To do that, to take that beautiful leap of faith once again and make a powerful decision. So that's a little bit about Lumi's community and a bit more about me to get to know what it is that we're doing here. But I want to take you back now. I want to take you back to the beginning. And in the beginning, there was hydrogen. And it was, for me, it was the meeting of this incredible molecule that made me realize that, I have found it. This amazing molecule that literally lights up your cells from the inside out. This amazing molecule that has basically been hidden in plain sight. Yes, it's in our air. Yes, it's in our water, but it's in such tiny, tiny, tiny amounts now that our bodies can't really even do much with it. As I discovered more about molecular hydrogen, I started to actually discover, why don't more people know about molecular hydrogen? It's so potent. It's so powerful. It really has the ability to make a massive shift in the planet. And it literally lights people's cells up from the inside out. It was only in 2007 that a lot of new research started to come out about molecular hydrogen. You know, we see here where it was like, does molecular hydrogen have the potential to revolutionize medicine as we know it? Well, we're sitting here right now in incredibly exciting seats. We're sitting here right now on the verge of watching molecular hydrogen go mainstream. We know that through, incredible people like Dr. Tyler LeBaron, who's really dedicated his life to learning about molecular hydrogen and studying it, and studying with some of the greats like Dr. Ota right here, that he has predicted that it'll be in 2027 that molecular hydrogen finally hits mainstream. But we're sitting here in seats in 2025. We're sitting here in seats with a very powerful community around us. We're sitting here in seats where we have launched one amazing product, and we're literally on the edge of our seats about to launch another incredible product. This is a revolution. So it may be a revolution in medicine, but I know for us right now, it is a revolution in the way that our bodies light up, a revolution in the way that we're able to create wealth as well. I want to take you through a couple of different aspects of molecular hydrogen that for me, I thought were particularly potent and powerful. So there is actually many incredible things that molecular hydrogen does so wonderfully, but I've chosen just a few here. In our community, if you want to, you can add into the chat there any of your favorite things that you particularly resonate with molecular hydrogen. But for me, I found this. Now, one of the things I didn't mention actually as part of my story is that my background, I worked in health and medicine and wellness, and I really specialized in population health. I really specialized in how do we make the biggest impact to create the best benefit for the most people. And so when I saw molecular hydrogen and realized that, yes, it is the smallest molecule in the world that has tremendous benefits. It is the smallest molecule in the world that's able to get into mitochondria. It's the smallest molecule in the world that's able to cross the blood-brain barrier. It's the smallest molecule in the world that's able to actually get into the places that we need the support. So that is one of the things that I think is really phenomenal about molecular hydrogen. It's an antioxidant, or it acts like an antioxidant that's able to reach the mitochondria and the brain. These two areas that sometimes in other areas of medicine are pretty tricky to get a hold of. And here we are, molecular hydrogen is able to have incredible benefits in that space. This here is another amazing aspect of molecular hydrogen that I think is pretty incredible too. Now, imagine you're creating a company where you're wanting to have the most impact on the most people in the world. You're wanting to light up their cells, you're wanting them to feel better and feel more lit up within themselves, but you want to then make sure that this is safe for everybody. Now, this is the cool thing. The fact that molecular hydrogen acts as a selective antioxidant, it means that there's no side effects. Here's the cool thing that this little molecule does. And I'm pretty sure this is the reason that sometimes it's called the God molecule or the miracle molecule, because somehow it seems to have like the blueprint to life, is it has the ability to turn on and turn off certain areas in our body. Like it has the ability to not necessarily impact the areas that we need some oxidation or some inflammation, but yet calm down other areas that we don't need that. So this is really incredible that that's able to do that. Now, for those that are really into biohacking or athleticism or actually just anyone that's working in any kind of high performance state, whether it's you're a busy mom or maybe you are an incredibly passionate entrepreneur and it requires your body to really be in peak physical condition or as in peak physical condition as it can be. Molecular hydrogen is incredible for increasing ATP production, so obviously the fuel for all of our cells, but it's also amazing for recovery, endurance, and mental clarity. Whether you're an athlete or a mama or an entrepreneur, you need all those things: fast recovery, endurance, and mental clarity. Again, such an amazing thing that this molecule does. We know our gut is like our second brain. In fact, some people consider it our first brain. It has amazing benefits in really, gut health and immunity. There is just so much that this amazing molecule can do. Obviously, I mean, if you are targeting oxidative stress and inflammation at a cellular level, you are now able to really expand the years in a person's body, but not just expand the years, expand the vitality. And that's ultimately what anti-aging is. you know, the outside things that people do now to look younger, that's really just trying to replicate vitality and youth, right? And so this is, again, something incredible that molecular hydrogen also does, is being able to do that, creating vital energy, the light within our bodies. And you don't need to just necessarily believe me and what I am speaking about tonight. There is, in fact, 2,000 different publications, 200 different disease models, 200 human studies, 1,600 researchers in this space that also have some phenomenal things. I would encourage you, if you want to learn more about molecular hydrogen, well, number one, we have an amazing app at Luma Vitae called Lumi, and you're able to jump in there and grab any of the trainings that are inside of there. But I would also recommend to go to the Molecular Hydrogen Institute. In there, you'll see studies on literally everything. So if there's anything that you're curious about, I would go to that space and have a little look. So, molecular hydrogen. Is it the future of medicine? Well, it looks pretty good, right? At this point, it's starting to look very, very exciting in that space. But I would say that it is definitely the future of water. It is most certainly the future of wellness, particularly when it is hydrogen activated. Whether it's hydrogen activated tablets that you will see soon or hydrogen activated water, we are literally here turning water into wellness. We are literally lighting up a new path of wellness, a new path of light-backed wellness. So, you know, why I'm going to go through actually two of our amazing products that we have. Well, I'm just going to touch on one of them. We know that water is more than just hydration. It is really the carrier of life's intelligence. In fact, I would say that water is actually the first of the ancient technologies. Just think about it. Think about how much information is inside one droplet of water. Think about what that does in our bodies. Did you know that, in fact, that they say that a drop of water, if it could write its own history, it would explain the universe to us? That's how much information the water actually holds. When we are fully hydrated, our cells are really communicating more effectively. You know, this is what water is really doing for us. It's allowing the transfer of information, a bit like Wi-Fi, right? It's allowing the transfer of that information quickly. When you're really dehydrated, you're on dial-up Wi-Fi. When you're really nice and hydrated and your cells are optimal, it's like you're on the best Wi-Fi possible. Can you hear that ring? You can? Do you know what the strange thing is? My phone and my computer are ringing, but nothing comes up that it's ringing. And it's been happening to me all day. Like, I just get this ring and then nothing else. And no sign on my phone or my computer of anyone calling. And I check my messages and it also says nobody's calling. So it's very strange. And it's been happening all day. All right, I'm sorry for that interruption. Let's get back. So molecular hydrogen and water is really it's a perfect marriage, right? It's a perfect marriage because water, as I told you, is like the information highway, and molecular hydrogen is like adding AI to that information highway. It's able to kind of go in your body and intuitively know what is unique to you that it needs to look after. So it's really this amazing technology together. We know that about 75% of the population is chronically dehydrated, and behind, you know, almost every single major disease, major disharmony, imbalance, whatever's going on in our body, they can link it back to oxidative stress and inflammation. Now, this is the beautiful thing. When we marry up water, clean water, obviously, with molecular hydrogen, it turns our water into a powerful wellness tool, combating dehydration and oxidative stress simultaneously. This is what I personally love about our water bottle. Grab one of them up here, our beautiful vitality vessel, because you are simply taking a ritual that people already do, drinking water, and now you're just making it more potent. You're literally turning it into a wellness elixir. And I love this because for those of you that are in that space of helping people, or maybe you're coaches, or maybe you're healers, or maybe you're practitioners, you know that, to help people make behavior changes and long-term behavior changes, they really ideally need to be relatively simple things that people will do. We know we can prescribe lots of things of what they should do, but ultimately the best change really happens with the things that they will do. So we transform your water and we transform your world. And I would love if there's anyone on tonight, if I just stop sharing my screen for a moment, that might like to give us a little overview or a testimonial of your experience with Luma Vitae and our beautiful water bottle. Does anyone want to put their hand up for that? Stephanie, wonderful.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you, Terence. Always so inspiring to listen to your path. I should know it by heart now, but every time it's like I'm sitting here drooling. So yeah, so I have been having my Lumi vessel for over a year now. And one of the things that I love so very much about this journey is that I have felt how much more capacity I have to hold more energy, to hold more complicated situations, to be able to dream bigger, to actually, literally, I mean, I am a quantum healer, but to have a more palatable experience of what it means to quantum leap, to have a greater capacity in literally all the ways that you could possibly imagine, including like attracting those people into my field that I really want to link arms with. I have so many testimonials, but I think since we are speaking so much about light, that is something that is really, really, really noticeable. And I can say that across all our global community, you can see it in people's eyes. And of course, the skin is great, but there's more light that we hold. And I love it so much because that is a testament of how much more we are able to step into our infinite potential. So yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for your beautiful testimonial and everything that you also do in our beautiful community. Okay, Melissa, would you like to jump in? You've got your hand up there.
Oh, I'd love to. I really want to back up what Stephanie also mentioned, because that is such a huge part of my experience too. But my capacity to hold more as I'm working, like one of the very first things that I ever noticed was brain fog. Like, we're not talking weeks, we're talking a day. Oh, yesterday, I don't get the 3 o'clock dip of like, oh, I need to have chocolate. So I'm losing a hell of a lot of weight because I don't eat as much chocolate. Unfortunately, I have no problem with chocolate, but it's like just the things of not trying to manage my afternoon. But there's 2 more things I just want to get into, like something that's really specific. One, to speak about the frequencies and the recovery part. I do bulletproof coffee. So, one day I pour my coffee into the blender. I'm looking, oh shit, did I put coconut oil? Yes, I did. And just press start. Boiling coffee on this side of the face. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you'd have no idea I'd burnt myself. Like drinking 6 minutes, and putting the frequency in the water, but then water, and then using the frequency, like the lid, putting on the frequency and hovering it over my face. And I've done that for my dog, who's had a dog fight with a gash on the nose, being able to use a frequency and just spray the water because I couldn't get water down her throat. And then also recently coming back from Barcelona to Mexico City, 5 o'clock, trying to sneak out of my, girlfriend's apartment in high heels, of course, because, I don't travel well. I go down freaking flights of stairs right onto my hand. So then it's like I'm in the airport and this is swelling up and I'm just like, the chaos. So I just sat on the 12-hour flight drinking and hovering the recovery over my hand. And by the time I got to Mexico City, the swelling has subsided. Like, I'm an older lady, I'm in my 50s. Like, accidents like that do not recover in 12 hours, So for me, I have so many stories like that, but they're the 2 that are really prominent. And even yesterday, a friend of mine who's, just got her vessel, same thing, like having so much, she's just put on her Facebook, actually, so many issues with her hand. with swelling in 6 minutes and recovery. So I just want to pop in and give those very specific details because I mean, and people who know me, I just call it's voodoo shit. Like it's just this stuff changes in front of your eyes. So yeah, it's pretty.
That's amazing. And to be honest, the most amazing thing I just heard was that you were in your 50s. I was like, what? How's that possible?
The water.
Yeah. Something must be in the water. I love that. I love that. And it's so, yeah, so it's so awesome to travel with, right? Because when you travel, for some reason, things happen. You get sick or whatever, fall over. And it's so wonderful that you're just able to have that on hand. I mean, I've even heard, you know, I know many other stories of people with even with their kids, you know, they're hurting themselves and they're using it straight away. So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Diana, you want to share?
Always want to just piggyback on Melissa. I love those testimonies, Melissa. I have very similar testimonies with, you know, using the water on my dogs when they have a rash, using it on my daughter. She literally fell the other day, you know, and scraped her face and like had like road rash and burn. And within 4 or 5 days of spraying, you know, the molecular hydrogen water with the recovery frequencies, she was like, there was no sign of it in her face. And obviously the biggest testimony that I always give everybody is the power of molecular hydrogen. Not just like Lumi Vitae is the only medicine that my daughter currently takes right now. She was diagnosed with a, you know, rare autoimmune disease that causes inflammation in her bones. And, you know, the only thing that the doctors have always said that she's going to be on painkillers like forever. And I don't give her any painkillers. I literally just use the water. I mean, she literally takes her water bottle everywhere and, you know, in school with it. And that's her medicine. Whenever she has like pain, which is hardly ever, you know, she'll just double on this, you know, the levels of molecular hydrogen, like the 6 minute, or she'll do the recovery and that's it, you know, and it's just been an absolute game changer. And I always also another testimony that I say, I have so many, but my mom is another big skeptic. You know, she's a doctor herself. And at first she was like, oh, you know, that's just woo-woo stuff. And I'm like, Mom, just try the water, you know, just get the bottle. And she was like, listen, if it doesn't work, you're gonna have to give me your money back. And I'm like, it'll work. And then last Mother's Day on Sunday, she was talking about it. You know, she was saying how it's been helpful for her, how it's really been, you know, transformative with her arthritis. She doesn't have flares as much anymore. She has more energy. And to hear my mom say that, it obviously means a lot to me because she is always a very fact, evidence, science type of person. And, you know, the fact that she says this just means a lot. So it works, people. It is literally lighting up our cells. It's just absolutely magnificent that just water can do something so potent. So thank you, Taryn, for bringing this to the world.
Oh, thank you. And like how phenomenal, again, that you're able to support your daughter this way. And what a nice way. I mean, you know, she's going to drink water anyway, right? So it might as well be water that is really helping her body so powerfully. And I bet you she loves it because all the kids that ever I'm around with the water bottle, they all talk about magic water. They like lighting it up and how it color, you know, and so it becomes kind of fun for kids to drink. I mean, I've no doubt, I'm not a mom, but I have no doubt that like, it must be like one of the things to try to get your kids to do things that are like good for good for them. You want to make it fun for them too. And so, yeah, so it's really cool. Thank you. And Violetta, would you like to share?
Absolutely. I'm so resonating with other ladies of what they share. And also to add to all of that, yes, I'm helping family member. That was actually initial intention to bring more health to my family. And it's happening, including myself. I removed myself from a bunch of supplements, were natural. They were there to balance my systems. And all of a sudden, the person that I'm working with, he doesn't know he's a muscle response, why my body keep rejecting a bunch of them, and why my body doesn't require any as much as it used to. So because I was setting intention, if I go for the water bottle and I can save all that money in my supplements, that's a great investment. And it happened. So and some other personal like menstrual cycles and some migraine like look like a migraine headaches been treated with the water itself without any painkillers. My family, my husband, his sugar levels reversed and he lost a bunch of weight. And he's drinking water, not even too much of that water. He also took some supplements. So it's a combination of factors, but it was a jaw dropping for us when after years he was pretty like decimal from the diabetes and all. Now it's a decimal from regular levels. So so that's kind of amazing. And my father recently carpal tunnel and stuff and some inflammation in his body. He started correlating that possibly because he's drinking that water. So, and my daughter as well. She been on that journey. She been in Miami. She dropped it. Now it's to woo and stuff. And now she again into woo and drinking water and it's feeling amazing. And I'm like, sometimes I'm surprising. Is she like because it's water doing or like what's going?
That's so cool. I love
So,
it. I love it.
yeah. So yeah, thank you so much.
Having amazing upgrades from drinking it.
Yes, yeah, the expansion. So yeah, I'm like so resonating with all the stories that the ladies share, Stephanie and Melissa and Diana. Yes, yeah, there's a lot of that happening. Expansion going in a heat. I had some stories like still kind of a bit in a real estate field and even community. So that kind of story showing 14 homes in 118 degrees and I was running on my water. Recover energy, Lumi Vita and some snacks. And yeah, I still was like, okay, after 12 hours of doing that, came and still was sane and in a good condition.
Wow.
So that and yeah. Even
It's
community right now, like things kind of happening, unfolding, talking to some really powerful ladies. And they also kind of, I supposed to support 40 plus and I want to co-create with a 25-year-old. Like, and I know that because I, again, committed more to Lumi Vita again. So it's like that co-creation is happening in outside of Lumi Vita as well.
wow, that's amazing. Look, it sounds like you're just like dripping with lots of incredible testimonials and a lot of incredible benefits
Thank you.
with your Luma Vitae.
I
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Oh, we have so many amazing testimonials. If you're wanting to discover more, then you can jump into, we have a Facebook group and we have a Telegram group of phenomenal testimonials that you can jump into those spaces as well. And, you know, have a little nosy around at some of the beautiful things that happen there. You know, I know that for, you know, many people, I think that the number one thing that I hear across the board is just like their expansion and their capacity to hold things becomes greater with Luma Vitae. And I'm just sure that that's because people's bodies are just so much more supported, that the body isn't so having to spend so much time and energy in healing and reducing inflammation and oxidation, which we're all dealing with because we live in this world. That now you're able to up level, you're able to elevate, you're able to expand, your capacity grows. And with that, you're able to do more incredible things in the world. So thank you so much, everyone, for your amazing, amazing shares. I can see still some people can drop into the chat there if you want to keep sharing. Okay. So you might be wondering, if you don't know already, that we're all talking about this phenomenal little device, which we all have different affectionate names for. Let me just, oh, share sound, great. Let me just show you what it is that we are talking about. So that's our liquid light device, our vitality vessel, our microcosm of the universe inside of our bottle. It has many, many incredible names, and I think that's because it has so many incredible benefits. So let's have a little look at our beautiful Lumi liquid light, Mother Earth in a bottle. Gosh, there's so many names. Anyway, let's go down with what this bottle actually does and how phenomenal it is. Let me tell you that the muse for this bottle, the inspiration for this bottle, was Mother Earth. She's already so incredible at what she does that we wanted to really mimic Mother Earth and put her in a bottle. So you'll see if we go from the base all the way to the top, that she is literally grounded in the Earth's magnetic field. There is an intricate ring of magnets that sit around the base of the bottle. Then as you go up to the next part there, you'll see that it's actually bubbling, and what's happening inside of there is an electrolysis process. So the bonds between H2O, so as you would put normal, beautiful drinking water in here, the bonds of H2O are being dissolved. Oxygen, if you've got your device there, you'll see a little tiny hole at the bottom. Oxygen is being released, or anything else is being released. And pure therapeutic molecular hydrogen is going into the drinking chamber. Inside that drinking chamber is also a three-phase rich formula, which really mimics, again, the water that you see in blue zone waters. We also have chromotherapy, which is fabulous for mood, and also it's a fabulous thing to get people interested in your bottle when you're just sitting on a plane or wherever you might be. And then at the top, we have these three frequencies. The main one being Lumi Vitae, which is the light or mimicking sunlight, and then energy and recovery, which do, I guess, exactly what one would think energy and recovery does. One is to really help the body in more of a yin energy state, or helping to reduce more oxidative stress. And the other one is energy. So you might use that going, for example, to the gym. And like I said there, yes, we have this natural magnetic field in the base. This here is very important because, as I mentioned, we have this electrolysis process that is happening in the base of the bottle. And that electrolysis process can be a dirty process. In fact, it is a dirty process. We want to make sure that the water that we've got there, we're turning that into wellness. We're not turning it into anything else. And so the quality of the PEM membrane is really vital. It's very, very important. I see that there are even sometimes really cheap models that are on Amazon or things like that. And I know for a fact, because I know how much it costs every single element to put together, that there's no way that they have a high quality membrane in there. So unfortunately, as we start to see things like molecular hydrogen expand, we know there will be cheap knockoffs and whatnot. And what we really need to make sure that we're really educating people with is that that is not going to be great, safe water for them to be drinking. They need a high quality product with a high quality PEM membrane in there to really ensure the safety of what they're drinking. Because again, we're turning water into wellness, aren't we? We're not turning it into anything else. So of course, the chromotherapy that we have in there as well. So you can pop it on whatever you like. And I love when we go to our events and I see everybody's favorite color that they have. You don't need to believe what I am telling you. Again, this is third-party tested. So H2 Analytics, IHSA, has certified our bottle. So it means that what it creates, therapeutic levels of molecular hydrogen, it does, and that it doesn't create anything nasty at all. And that is because we have such a high quality PEM membrane. So you want to be making sure you're looking out for those things. The investment in our bottle is €488 plus shipping. And actually, I should update this with now the US, because the US now has your own pricing structure. In fact, as of this weekend, or maybe it was Thursday, as of last Thursday, the US market now purchases in US dollars. It is $498 US plus your shipping and taxes, wherever you are in the US. They all come with a 2-year warranty and a 21-day money-back guarantee. I'm on 48 hours of fasting, so I'm trying my best to keep my words together. Okay, so that is our beautiful product and what we're really sharing with the world. The vision, the mission is what I want to share with you now, because yes, we have this fabulous, amazing product. And by the way, when you tune in to next week's, we always have this discovery call, actually. Next week's discovery call is going to be completely different, because from this weekend, we are launching a completely new product into the market. So this will be the last time you see our discovery call like this. It'll have a completely new, well, it won't be so much a new look and feel. We've definitely got a thing going on with our look and feel right now, but I will touch a lot more on what it really means to create light in the body and how we are doing that with some of the new products that we're launching. So I'm going into the section here where we really talk about the business side of sharing this beautiful bottle. Because one of the things that I had a real vision of is helping to create a new economy, an economy where we are building wealth that actually lights up the world, wealth where it doesn't deplete or take away from people, an economy that actually really supports people, that really creates something beautiful. Our purpose is to create freedom, and I mean that in every aspect, by the way, freedom of your body, freedom of how you want to show up in the world. You know what? One of the things I love about our community is that although they may be very similar visions or very similar values that they have in the world, they each get to do it in their own unique way. We have people that really focus, say, on the beauty aspect of lighting up your body. We have people that really focus on biohacking. We have some that focus more on mamas, or some that just, whatever area that they love, that they get to focus on, which again, your authentic light will be the most valuable asset you have as we start to enter into an age of artificial intelligence. And so I think showing up in your most beautiful, authentic self is true freedom. Also, freedom to create the finances, freedom to be able to live and work and play wherever you want to in the world, freedom to create whatever it is that you want to into the world. And it is that, in fact, freedom that I see that plays into our vision. Not only is our vision about lighting up ourselves from the inside out, but also that as you are in your joy, you are in creating the things that light you up, you are doing the things that are passionate to you, you are living in your true authentic values, you will help us light up the world. I know the more souls we have on the planet that are lit up, the more change we're going to be able to have as we enter this whole new era in time. So how are we actually going to do that? Well, it's by creating the next evolution in technology in wellness. Different aspects of that, you'll see some of the products that we have. Obviously, we firstly launched with our incredible water bottle, which has been so phenomenal in the market. We have a range of other incredible things that are also coming to market quite soon, including our beautiful tablets, which I'll go through in a moment. But this is also really a co-creation, right? It's a co-creation between you and me. It's a co-creation between all of us collectively in Luma Vitae. It's a co-creation between the experts, the visionaries, the pioneers, the innovators, the leaders, and the luminaries. It's really a co-creation between all of us. The bottle was firstly a co-creation with Nuno Nina, and our next incredible product, LVQ, which is coming to the world on the 25th of May, just this weekend. FYI, who's really pumped and excited about getting your hands on some LVQ? I know I am. I've already run out. I can't even believe in my household, everybody is stolen all the LVQ. That's how much they are loving it. That everyone, and I've got multiple people staying with me right now, because that's what happens when you live in Portugal, is people want to come and visit. And all my supply has run out in a week. That's how much people love it. So I know you're all excited to get your hot little hands on this incredible little tablet, because this is really a revolutionary supplement. This is not your normal supplement. This is a supplement designed to create real energy in your body. It's a supplement designed to create real light in your body. Now, here's a few interesting things about this supplement. Again, I want you to think and put your hat on, If we're here to help and change and create a ripple of change for as many people in the world, we need to back the things that have the ability to impact as many people as positively as possible. Oh, this is this random tool that's coming again, and I do not even know where it is coming from, and I don't know how to stop it. It is so bizarre. I'm really sorry. Hopefully that stops. Really, it's been happening all day. Just my laptop is calling and there is nothing that comes up on it. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to this. So this incredible supplement, which is really being created very synergistically, right? Every element that's inside of there is very purposeful, you know, every single thing. The molecular hydrogen, of course, you know, I've been through how phenomenal molecular hydrogen is. But also, you know, as we get older, in fact, when we hit 40, and I'm sure anyone that has hit 40 and knows what it's like to be in Club 40, like me and probably many others on here, when you hit 40, things change a little bit. And what you know is that, you know, by the time we're 40, 50% of our NAD, of our cellular NAD, we've only got 50% of it left. It's a real bugger. So, you know, we've added that into our supplements because one of my little sneaky requests that I had for Tyler was, can you try to make us the fountain of youth in a tablet? I was like, this is my request is to create something like that that's going to light up the body from the inside out and helps us to really support us with more vitality and help us with anti-aging. And so that's what he came up with. Resveratrol and spiruline, obviously they help with cleaning up your body as well as powerful antioxidants, B12 and vitamin C. Here's the thing, right? And I notice it's not on here, is that 50% of the world are deficient in magnesium. I don't know why I haven't written it on there, but I obviously forgot to. 50% of the world is low in magnesium or deficient in magnesium. This tablet has the most bioavailable magnesium. Magnesium that once was in the stars and landed in the Dead Sea. That's where we get our magnesium from. If you see our packaging, you might have wondered, why did we choose to use the birth of the star taken by NASA? That image is by NASA's birth of the star. And that is because there's multiple reasons. One, of course, molecular hydrogen is involved in the birth of the star, but also the magnesium that we take, which is the vital part of helping us create the molecular hydrogen in our tablet, is literally from the stars. And of course, you are why we create this. There would be many ways to take this to market. There would be ways where we could just go direct to consumer. We could put them onto the shelves. We could find influencers that, you know, big Gary Breckers or something of the world that want to take a huge amount of commissions and equity in your company. We could do that. But then how would we be really truly living in the vision and the mission and the purpose of what I wanted to create? I wanted to help people create freedom just like I did. I wanted people to be able to light up their bodies just like I've been able to do. I've wanted people to be able to truly live their purpose, just like I am so freaking blessed to be able to do. This is what I've wanted for you. And that is what really and why Lumi Vitae ultimately exists. We are here to create a new way of creating business, a new way of lighting up the body, of lighting up economies, of really leading the wave of molecular hydrogen. So you saw at the beginning when I spoke that we know that molecular hydrogen will really hit mainstream in 2027. And here we are in 2025, getting to be a part of that. And not just a part of it, actually shaping that wave that is coming, shaping the wave through all the education and all the incredible products that we're bringing out to the world. We know that that wellness is a $9 trillion industry. And in fact, we're seeing now even this big pivot in the energy sector to hydrogen. That's going to be such a big thing for us because it creates more conversation around hydrogen. So very quickly, because I know we only have 2 minutes left before this hour is up, where are we now and where are we going? We are positioned, this is what we did year one, which was pretty phenomenal. And essentially year one, you know, we launched into the market and saw people love what we have, right? Which is pretty phenomenal. In year one, we did 10 million USD in sales across 2024. Again, all that is proof that people want what we have. We managed to do what 0.4% of startups have ever been able to do. And actually we did it with no external funding. So only 0.04% of startups have ever been able to do that. All these numbers mean is that there is something special that we have here. And if you're a lady in the community, which we have many of them, in fact, many of them in our incredible community, I want to remind you of this, the power of your decision. Only 0.01% of companies have ever achieved a 50 million valuation under female leadership by a female owner. Luma Vitae is changing that. We are changing the paradigm in so many different ways. So 2024, we tested the waters, and in 2025, we are really set to transform and elevate. I've spent so much in new partnerships, in new technologies, in product development, in the localization of the US and all these incredible things. So we literally are on this launch pad, ready to ignite, ready to like completely take off. Our goal for 2025 is 50,000 lives, because all those other figures that I put up there, they're all cool, they all mean something. But ultimately, what we ultimately are here to do is change more lives, is to be a ripple effect on this planet. Oh, don't know what that's doing there. Oh, wrong slide. Oh, I could tell you about this. I didn't mean that to be on this slide, but it turns out that it is. So this is a phenomenal time to be sitting in these seats right now. And for those of you that have the capacity to stay on for 5 more minutes, it'll be worth it for you. And I'll tell you why. I think I might have gone slightly insane when I put this incentive together. I was like very excited about what we were about to do, very excited for all the new products in the pipeline, but I was just as excited to think about how many lives we could get to change. This month, we are launching the tablets in the US. The US market is a market that we have, I would say, barely scratched. It's a market that is typically the most potent when it comes to wellness and longevity. It's the most in terms of consumerism. It's the biggest in terms of network marketing. We are right here on this precipice about to really launch into this market. We have opened it up officially, so you'll see in the back office there, you'll see things in US dollars. But probably more potently is that we just created an incredible bonus, a bonus that more or less triples your base commission should you wish to be part of it. This is called the Omni Light path, or the path to Omni Light. It's building 6 or 7 figures in 6 months. Yes, that's right. 6 or 7 figures in 6 months. I'm a bit nervous about my slides because I don't know what I've done with them. But anyway, this is the most generous bonus in Lumi's history and possibly anywhere in the world. I can tell you this moment will not come again. We are just right now launching the US. We are just right now launching our second product into the world, a product that I know is completely and utterly revolutionary. And you don't have to do this alone. You do this with an entire collective. You do this with an entire community that are all here locking arms together to create some magic. Let's see what I put here next. I am very nervous about in case it's what slides I've got. Okay, so we have up for grabs a $30,000, $100,000, $300,000, and a $500,000 bonus. Okay, I don't think I have the right slides. Anyway, I'm going to exit out of here. But the point being is that we have a really incredible opportunity where we have literally created something that is super, super phenomenal. Like when you go through and, we've had a couple of trainings on these. If you want to know more about that bonus, then again, go back to the person who invited you to this space, because we have some trainings coming up and some recordings around it. But what I do know is that literally right now, if you are in a space that I was back in January 2020, where you're like, it's time. I can feel this in my body. I can feel that it's time for me to stop playing small. I can feel like it's time for me to take radical responsibility of everything that I'm creating on this world. Then right now, the stars are aligning. The US market is opening up. We have some phenomenal bonuses where you're literally able to transform your life over the next 6 months. Here is the thing. The next 6 months are going to come and go anyway. It might as well be the next 6 months that you literally launch into a whole new reality. So that is our discovery call. I am super excited for what we're about to embark on, especially as we hit this weekend. I'm so thrilled for everything, by the way, that I'm also seeing with all the teams. I mean, I'm involved in some team chats and some bits and pieces, and I'm getting to see what's going on. It's just super exciting. We've got a whole new energy that has come into Lumi Vitae right now. I know right now we're literally at this launch pad, and so it's such a beautiful time. I know we're going to look back at this moment of May 2025, and we will say, oh, that's when we really geared up. That's when we made that decision to literally go galactic. If there's anything else that you want to know of, please contact the person who invited you to this space. They're going to be your lighthouse, your tour guide around Lumi Vitae. You'll be able to download our app, and I can't wait to see you on our call next week with our new look and feel call, with our new call where LVQ Plus will be front and center of everything that we talk about. With that bottle as well. All right, thank you guys. I shall see you next week, or I will see you a lot. In fact, I can't remember when, but a lot. Oh, Cindy, can we finish the fast now? Okay. All right, bye. Bye, guys.